It's Gojira!
Good morning, geeks, gamers, and blessed lunatics. KaijuKnight's back. We're going to keep playing Legend of Dragoon because I really enjoyed this game. And I really need a reason to smile right now. Alrighty. So, we're going to go ahead and heal ourselves up. And today's going to be a lot of story and maybe a bit of side questing. Because there are 6, count them, 6 Stardust located in this city. I think one of them's right here. Is it? No. Okay, hold on. Hold on a second. Maybe not. Alright, so I've got a lot of healing potions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 healing potions. 1,000,000 Angel's Prayer. I'm sorry, I really don't need 7 Angel's Prayer. Body Purifiers, we'll keep those. Sell the Charm Potion, sell the Total Vanishing, sell the... Yeah, we'll keep the Dark Mist. Sell the Broadsword, sell the Bracelets, sell the Bracelet, sell a Bandana. Buy a couple Mind Purifiers. Yeah, that should be good. Alright. Alright, and then I know there's a weapon shop right there. Okay, so the shops, a lot of the entrances that you can go into have the green icons. Healing buildings have yellow icons, and shops have blue icons. So this is the weapon shop, and I know that there's a Stardust right here. Da 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 da! Alright, I have 730 gold. Buy. There's a Bastard Sword. I'm about ready to get a Sparkle Arrow. Yay! Dart gets new armor! And new headgear. I have a Knight Shield. So a lot of these guard weapons are actually really good. I've got 1 Poison Guard. I definitely want a second. And I really want a Panic Guard and a Stun Guard and a Bravery Amulet, but right now I really don't have the money for it. So I can sell some more stuff though. Alright. Good to go. We will have a short bow to sell in just a second. Give me a second. I'm going to bring up the my notes pages. Got to keep track of the Stardust I get. Because I've gotten 1 in Celes, and I've gotten 1 in Bale. And because I've played this game so many times, I know that there are 6 in this city. And this is, it's kind of a nice castle. And there's the Sparkle Arrow. We'll immediately equip that to Shauna. You'll notice that it's a light-based attack, so it'll actually do elemental damage. And where the short bow has a power... the sparkle arrow is going to increase her power by 9. Which I'm not going to complain about at all. It's such a pompous place. There's a lot of crazy hidden stuff in this castle. Oh, Dart risks his fingers for a Stardust. Castle, basement, fire. Alright, so, and this is one of the, I'm going to be honest, this is one of the tracks that I really enjoy in this game, is the castle theme. And I don't know if it's nostalgia or just something that I really liked when I was a kid, which I guess that's nostalgia. But yeah, I really like this. Oh, no, don't go back up. I haven't finished what I'm doing down here. I'm setting myself up to get all of the Stardust. My controller is working against me. Boom! I opened some doors. Literally. Castle, castle, castle. I will say that a lot of the areas of the game where you're top down like this can get very annoying. Because the characters, like the non-player characters, they tend to get in the way. Literally. They really get in the way. And you'll find yourself stuck, trapped even, at times, and wanting nothing more than to just yell at all of the sprites in the way. Word of advice: if you ever find yourself in a castle in real life with actual royals in it, best not to go around opening chests and stealing their gold. Woohoo! Got another Stardust! That's a music room, I think. So far, so good. Now, some of you might be wondering, why am I putting all this effort into finding the Stardust now when I could just wait till a point in the game where I have them all available and just go grab them all, or, you know, do something else? Well, there's a character that you can give Stardust to throughout the game. In fact, that's the primary motivation. Ooh, active ring, I forgot about that. The primary motivation for finding the Stardust in this game is actually as a part of this character. This character wants to find the Stardust, and in doing so, be granted their one wish, which, as far as I'm tracking, their one wish is healing their daughter. At least it's hinted. And for every 10 Stardust you deliver to her, she gives you a very rare item. And they're usually very powerful. For example, the very first item, which I should have before, well, long before the end of the first disc, is called the Physical Ring. And it increases the health of the equipped character by 50%. Which is huge. So huge. Lavitz, you're not the head of the First Knighthood anymore. The First Knighthood is dead. So, friend from the childhood, I get it. But why would a master of the martial arts be mentioned when you're talking about how uneasy you've been? Yep, Helena. And Dart's about to be an asshole. Nani? I get what he's trying to do, but he probably should have talked to her first. My gosh. Dart, she's literally screaming this at you from the beginning of the first disc. Why does it take you so long to realize that? I love this line. Imperial Sandora obtained the force called the Dragon and went on the offensive. Video game translations from the late 90s. Gotta love them. Perfect, makes perfect sense. Tactics. Even Albert sees it. Albert sees it, and he is one of the most socially awkward members of this cast early game. Yes, I love the cutscenes in this game because they're few and far between and they add to the game. Yes, we're coming up to a cutscene. Devouring the God. World building. You know, I never noticed this. Shauna bows. She doesn't curtsy, she bows. Okay, I'm down for that. And Dart doesn't bow. Dude, he's such an anime protagonist. Oh, God. Dart is an anime protagonist. Proof number 6. Just enough respect to keep from getting executed, not enough respect to set a good impression. His knighthood is slaughtered, but he still has an aide. Look at that. This is something I think that's really lost in a lot of modern games and modern storytelling, is real character growth. We've barely just started this game and already Dart is reflecting on his life choices, the decisions he's made, and what it's actually accomplished, both for him and those around him. And it's forcing him to make decisions based not on what he wants, but what is actually best. And he does this throughout the entire game. He grows. And I don't think there's any moments in his storyline where he digresses. I mean, some stuff resurges, like emotions and more feelings of, you know, more need for revenge. But in the end, I think, based on my memory, he grows and develops properly. In fact, he's probably the character in this story that grows the most, although there's definitely argument for another character growing the most. But you don't see this enough in modern media, more recent storytelling and game development. You don't have character growth, and more often than not, characters undergo the exact same arc over and over and over and over again because it's entertaining. But in the end, the storytelling loses over. You lose something in the storytelling because you lose the character development, and so many franchises end up, you know, suffering with the fans because they make poor decisions for their main characters and don't actually focus on the growth. And I wonder if part of that is because growth for a character means you can't tell the same stories that get people to watch stuff. You can't pursue an end with a story, because once the story ends, you can't make money off of it anymore. Boom! The decision that sticks Dart into this entire storyline right there. And this is another song that's just, it kicks so hard. Alrighty. Well, Dart has decided that he's going to help fight a war. Shauna has decided that, you know, wherever Dart goes, she goes. And Lavitz was headed there anyway. So, we have a party! We have a spear-wielding knight. We have a sword-wielding anime protagonist hero. And we have a bow-wielding little sister slash girlfriend who is really good at healing. I put them all into niches like that, but that's not the only thing that's going on here. Their characters do get deeper than that. Okay, yeah, we're gonna go see your mother. I get it. Okay, I don't think I've ever seen this part. That's hilarious. Mama. Another 50 gold. I don't think there's anything up here, but I'll check real quick. Yeah, there's nothing up here. This part is hilarious. You got to give this girl some credit for her talent. She stops painting one painting and converts that painting into a portrait of Lavitz mid-effort. I mean, that is some amazing skill right there. Meanwhile, Dart gives Lavitz the Sonic the Hedgehog treatment. That's guys who are friends. They got to rag on each other. Alright, so, opening up my list again, I'm pretty sure I know where the last 3 Stardust are. Bingo! Wellwater. There's one in Lavitz's house, and then there's one that we have to go on a journey for. Oop! And I think this is it? Is this Lavitz's house? No, this is not Lavitz's house. How about... Oh, there we go. This one. Yep, this is it. Honey, I'm home! Shauna gets it. Which... Oh, Dart just gets taken along for the ride. It's like, wait, what? Huh? These are all fun. My favorite one is we should practice with our swords, and Lavitz freaks out about, you know, putting dents in his house. There we go. Most of this is pretty much useless in terms of narrative value, really. But, I mean, it all kind of goes towards solidifying their relationship. But this part here is honestly the best part for that. Dart has a weak point. Look at that. He's an imperfect character. I really like that setup, that the relationship between Lavitz and Dart. And the setup there, in my opinion, is really good for how they frame Dart and Shauna's relationship too. They never portray Shauna as being a weak, timid, incapable Stardust. She's never an incapable character. She's not as skilled as everyone, and everyone ends up in the same boat one way or another. Like, they all have weaknesses, they all have strengths, they're all imperfect characters. But at the same time, Dart's motivation to protect her, even if some would call it, I'm sure they would call it misogynistic or weakening Shauna as a character, he's protecting her from his own... His protection of her is part of what motivates him as a character. It's not... It's a benefit to both of them, because it also helps define their relationship. And the two of them are each other's motivation for even participating in this story, and fighting alongside each other and for the world. And that particular place right there with Lavitz and Dart talking, it helps define that and helps solidify that as, you know, Shauna is so important to Dart that he's willing to risk everything to protect her. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Yeah. Sorry, people. You just watched me continue to ruin someone's life in order to get him out of my way. This is, in my opinion, one of the silliest routes to find a Stardust in this entire game. I'm trying to remember what's up here. Ah, there it is. More gold. That is very good. Might be able to buy another one of those protection rings before I leave the city. And we're off. On a wonderfully meandering boat ride. So, if you guys haven't gotten enough of the city, you're about to see more of it. This entire journey takes like 3 to 4 minutes. And, so I have, I feel I'm comfortable mentioning this. I have clinically diagnosed ADHD. And so, historically, I'm not good at, you know, making deliberate decisions when it comes to my movements and, you know, my tracking of stuff. So there have been several times where I've played this game and I've come through this journey and there's a single spot right here, right? You have to choose to continue on the boat or get off the boat, right? Now, you need to get off the boat because this is where that last Stardust is. Okay, that's the entire point of going through that boat ride. Well, imagine my frustration when instead of selecting get off the boat, I immediately respond by pressing the button and continuing the journey. And so I have to do the journey again. I mean, granted, it's not really one of those things that sticks out as, you know, oh, it's terrible that you suffer through this issue and this problem. Oh, woe is you, it's so horrible. No, it's a little irritating and frustrating, but it's also hilarious. So hey, I just gave all of my watchers permission to laugh at my ADHD. In the right context. I'm not asking for you guys to be cruel about it. That is definitely not my preference at all. No cruelty. Thank you very much. And we're done here. One more stop by the weapons shop to see what we can see what we can buy. Speaking of, let's arm up for a second. Let's put the War God's Amulet back on Dart. Yeah. We'll put the poison guard on Lavitz right now. I don't think there's any major reason to have the active ring on right now. Hold on. What does the active ring prevent? Dispiriting? Okay. Yeah, there's really no reason to have the active ring on for a while. So, this game, like a lot of the Final Fantasy games, this has a very wide array of enemies. And a very wide array of side effects that can just come out of nowhere. Like, the first time I played Final Fantasy VII and got to a point where an enemy could cast the secondary, like the side effect frog on one of my characters, I was completely flabbergasted. Like, what the heck just happened to my guy? He turned into a frog! Not even kidding. That is a thing. It's similar. It's similar a little bit in this game. I don't have enough for the Bravery Amulet. It's similar in this game, because there's a couple of really niche side effects that you aren't really ready for. Especially in some of the more obscure, out-of-the-way parts of the game. And Dispiriting is one of them. Dispiriting, basically, it's like it kills your morale. And... oh! There she is! Martel. Okay, so, yeah, Dispiriting is, later in the game we'll get spirit points. Well, I just ruined that. And spirit points, it's basically a recharge and fuel for one of the game's primary mechanics. And, if you're dispirited, you won't earn spirit points at all. And that really undermines your ability to win certain matches. And so, the active ring prevents dispiriting. But it's going to be a long while before we have to worry about enemies that can cause dispiriting. Alright, so I foobarred that for a moment, but I'm trying... Alright, we have a yellow bird! Do 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 do. 1. Two. Yep, run away. Yeah, I'm not gonna go ahead and I'm not gonna try that again. I don't think there's really a point to it. Without certain items and certain strategies, you can't really effectively take down the birds, the pots, any of those special enemies. Whoa! Okay. Well, ugly balloons aren't really a problem anymore, are they? Alright, let's take a look at additions real quick. Yeah, double slash is up to 33. Harpoon is up to 44. 44 uses. Man. I never realized double slash is actually a dramatically better addition than Harpoon is. At level 2, double slash is doing 157% damage, and Harpoon at level 2 is at level 3 is only doing 120. Now I know Lavitz is a much more physically powerful character, but still, that is somewhat embarrassing. Dart's basically just a fighter. Lavitz is a freaking trained knight. Huh. Oops. Alright, so... Town of Hoax. Kaiser. Kaiser's a really awesome name. In Japanese, it means emperor. Let's see here. I'm trying to remember how many Stardust are in Hoax. Oh. Oh, another angel's prayer. As if I didn't have enough. Sorry, I thought there was a save point in here. Okay, so there are two. There are 2 Stardust in Hoax. That's right, because once we hit the marshland, we'll have 10, and that'll get us enough to get the physical ring. Huh, where the heck is the save point in here? I don't know. That is a terrible way to greet a friend. I see your knighthood was destroyed. Wow, news travels fast. Yeah, I'd be concerned too. So I'd like to point out that they're worried about the dragon attacking if it can fly low. Fairbrand can't fly. Like, he never once even suggests that he can fly in this entire game. So I don't think they have to worry about it. Now this part, this is bullshit. She's a freaking archer, a good archer, and they're going to have her making sandwiches. Chivalry, the misogyny of knights. We're going to have Dart be the good guy in this one. So not only do they have her making sandwiches, but before she is even done, they're insulting the sandwiches! Ah! Shall we? Okay, okay, we're gonna get along. No more jokes about our sandwiches, okay? Yeah, so that was Dart being the good guy. Otherwise, you know, if you choose the "Are you alright" option, then he's basically the one that starts the whole Shauna's not a good cook joke. Alright, hoax 1 is pulled. Alright, so the other one we have to go find. There are several other things like small chests and whatnot that we can find. And I am going to skip... I am just going to skip the part where Dart and Shauna run into the nursemaid of King Albert. Because that's just more embarrassment for Dart. Like, seriously. This entire game spends way too much time sort of making Dart the doofus who can't realize that his quote-unquote younger sister, his little sister, is very much thirsting after him. And, like, there's so many obvious clues, like, dude, she has loved you since you were both children. She wants to be more than just her little sister, and yet they spend so much of the game with his spiky-haired head shoved so far up his rectum that he can't realize that Shauna wants him. Like, okay, we get it. He's a dense guy. We're bad at these sort of things. But we're not usually that bad. Despite popular belief, if a woman jumps on a guy's lap, chances are he's gonna get the message. No, Shauna doesn't jump on Dart's lap, but that's like, she basically does everything but. I mean, it's so obvious. Do I want... Okay, I want to change Dart's edition. I want Volcano for this one. Just the added damage is so much better for this particular part of the game. And at this point, Harpoon is better for Lavitz than Spinning Cane for multiple reasons. We are about to meet a recurring character, and we're about to go through several boss battles in a row, which is also, unfortunately, the part of the game where Shauna starts to fall back in levels. Because we won't be able to play as Shauna. Shauna won't be on our team again until after Hoax. Two arms! Two arms! They got close enough to fire arrows before we actually realized they were here, but two arms! How can we win? It's an army of Spider-Men! They're climbing the walls like the walls aren't even there! I like certain angles when doing the additions. Woo! Lots of damage. Not quite so much damage. Holy carp. I swear, Lavitz has the higher physical attack. There will come a point where Lavitz is undeniably stronger than most of the characters. Unfortunately, that is not right now. You know, now that I think about it, both of Lavitz's initial additions are abysmal in terms of damage quality. They really nerf him in the early game. Oh my gosh, it's a ninja! Big talkers are usually weak. Dart's always got guts in this game. Okay, Dart usually has guts in this game. Now, this is a somewhat frustrating matchup because unlike the previous guys, this guy has magic, and this is really when Lavitz's magic weakness starts shining through. Early on, it wasn't obvious that Lavitz had a magic weakness because he comes equipped with the armor that Dart just upgraded to. So early game, most of the magic damage just isn't enough to overcome the magic defense he has. And both Shauna and Dart take more damage because their magic defense is much smaller, even though naturally it's higher on average than Lavitz. But yeah, we're getting to the point where Dart's average defense and offense is higher than Lavitz's abysmal magic defense. You know, I joke that he's a ninja, but he literally just casts shadow copies of himself, so yeah, ninja. Pretty sure the left is the first one. Haha! I was right! It's left, right, center. You know, I'm usually, while I'm talking to you guys, usually missing additions, but this time I'm doing a pretty good job of keeping up with the commentary and keeping up with the damage. Huh. Okay, so he's usually supposed to... Oh... Okay, so that is a clone. Which, okay, I gotta give this guy some credit for skills. The clones won't take damage for him, but they can attack. So, pretty badass. And there we go. That was a magic attack. Dart took 14, Lavitz took 40. So yeah, the reason that the Sandora Elite had not used a magic attack up to this point is because I've been doing so much damage to him that he's progressed through his attack patterns faster than most of my previous playthroughs. Yep, and now both Dart and Lavitz are a whole level ahead of Shauna. So he's been referred to as Giganto up to this point. Giganto is actually this guy's race, not his name. His name is Kongal. And he is a character that we will see very often in this game. And that is not a bad thing. And he's not wrong. So this is the part where I need to be very careful with my additions. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and show you exactly why I need to be careful with my additions. Maybe I won't. Because that was a bit insane. Thank goodness I had those healing breezes. Man, it just used a freaking potion and already darts right back into the yellow. And he does it again. Son of a monkey. And darts in the red again. No, he's not. Wow, look at that. Okay, so we'll go ahead and both of them will use the healing potion because we need it again. Nah. Lavitz still has 3 shots worth of that attack left in health, so... 3 or 4, actually. Yeah, so Kongal has some of the more fun enemy attack combos in this game. And there is actually, so that's not the only thing he can do in this attack. Like, he can actually do another attack, but he's not. He's just like, yeah, I got two opponents, so I'll hit both of them all the time. Thank goodness he's in the red. Because if this kept up, I would have to use a lot of healing potions. Hey, look at that! I mean, in his defense, the double attack was definitely doing more damage. And this is low-level Kongal. Later on in the game, he has so much more. Dart rushes in for the last shot, and Kongal's like, bitch, get back! Now he uses the weapon. We're missing some sound effects, unfortunately. Oh, yep, they're back now. Holy carp! It's the chick from the beginning of the game! So we can call this Rose Saves the Day, Part 2. Oh! Hell yes! Dart and Lavitz are only one level ahead of Shauna. That's actually really good. So, I will point out, Rose, the chick in the black armor, she is human. She does not have horns. Those are actually a aesthetic choice. She has a headband that has the horns. Giganto don't die. Giganto will pay you back. That was a terrible voice for Kongal. Yep. Pass out immediately after using this incredible power that you didn't realize you had. Cut it out, both of you. I have a hard time believing Lavitz's reaction at that. Shauna sounded emotional, But Rose is very rarely emotional in this game. Okay, so I'm gonna choose the top one, but it's hilarious. If you choose, she is an important person to me. Rose makes a comment. She looks at him and says, "Are you trying to seduce me?" And I can just hear this monotone, emotionless voice of her. It's hilarious. Rose is an anime edgelord. Proof number 1. Every action she takes is done with a blatant or implied monotone and with as little emotion as possible. So you'll remember that this was set up in the very beginning of the game. Rose noticed her own Dragoon spirit shining when she saved Dart. So she's basically been stalking him since then. And that right there, that encapsulates Rose's character from the beginning to the end. Doing what needs to be done regardless of the consequences. She wasn't saving Dart's life. She was taking advantage of him basically about to being dead, to see if, well, he could handle the power. And if he couldn't, well, he was about to die anyway. Yeah. It's obvious that you just dodged the question. It's a story and a legend that has been lost, but he's heard it from Minister Noish, so how lost is it? Reading this again, there is so much depth to what she is saying right now. Now you understand me? No. No. No one's gonna understand you for some time, Rose. I swear, that sentence right there, I am used to being hated, should be in red. Dude, you're in the middle of a war. They attacked Hoax, so they're gonna go against something else. I mean, Dart was already involved in the war, so he was going to do it anyway. And the story continues. Alright, so now there should be a save point somewhere. Not there. Oh, it's right there. It's staring me in the face. Alright, so let's nap in the inn. $10 gold. Whoop! Sometimes the control stick isn't quite as fluid, natural as in other games. Alright, so we're all healed up. And for the time being, let's double check here, because I think... Yeah, so Rose is level 8, and both Shauna, Lavitz, and... well, Shauna's level 6, Dart and Lavitz are level 7. I'm probably going to be keeping Rose in the lineup... Sorry, out of the lineup for the most part. Except for certain things until... Lavitz gets at least level 8. Usually I wouldn't do this because I have the experience, but if people are going to be watching this, they might as well get a pretty basic understanding of the Dragoon mechanisms. Alright, so... I should have changed additions before we started. Alright, so you'll notice the numbers flying out of my attacks and stacking up on the bottom. With every consecutive hit, I earn spirit points. And the total number of spirit points is added to the SP bar underneath my stats. Unfortunately, Volcano's a great addition, right? As you can see, I'm doing 75 points of damage to Rose every time I finish the addition, but it's at least level 3, and I'm only getting 32 points, 32 spirit points off of it. Level 1 double slash, gives 35. Boom! I will not be setting Morph to short. I thoroughly enjoy having the Dragoon transformations in the game. Now, Dragoon Editions, this is one of the most annoying parts of Dragoon, because it's not easy. It's not intuitive. It's fun to try, but it's not easy at all. All right, so... Yep, see, there you go. Like with the regular attacks, you're just trying to add on strikes, and with the additional strikes, you do more damage. That was a terrible showing, though. Hey, I got it! $99. So, on top of all of this, each character that has a Dragoon also now has access to magic in their Dragoon stat in their Dragoon form in their Dragoon form. Remember how I said Dart, his element was fire? You know, not that it's not even more obvious when his armor catches fire to form. Well, all of his magic attacks do fire damage and are very, very fire-based. He's not the most direct and honestly lame spellcaster. He's got some pretty decent attacks. But nothing super special. I'll find myself using these to get in maximum damage in a short period of time. But they're not really things that I'll go out of my way to use. Now, on the other hand, there are other Dragoons that I will go out of my way to use specific spells. Rose is one of them. Rose's level 1 Dragoon spell is one that I will use the most in, I think, this entire game. Until I get the Water Dragoon Spirit. I am a really big fan of the Water Dragoon and the Water Dragoon magics. Because the spells are just a massive variance. There's a lot of different spells for her, for that Dragoon. But I think that is more than enough for this particular episode. We learned how to be a Dragoon, we became a Dragoon, we have 2 Dragoons on our team, and we're about to go set up to fight the dragon. So, until next time, KaijuKnight is out!